Video recording for EDUKWEST is provided by Whatburner. Take Skype video to the next level. Record, edit, upload at vodburner.com.
Okay, great. So once you log into Perfect800, this is the basic interface you'll see. And one of the things that you'll probably notice is it's very simple. It's very easy to use.
But
really
it looks so positive, I have to say, from the design and the colors, and it looks also really easy that you have. I think you always maybe you concentrated, but there are always groups of 4. So I have the practice, the game, statistics, and the profile above. Then I have the 4 modes I can choose from. And below in the questions part or the feedback part, I think that's the same. It's also by 4. So it makes it really organized and clean. And I really like it.
Yeah, thanks so much. Our designer is fantastic, and he takes a lot of pride in the look and feel of the site. So I guess I just want to go through each little mode to show our viewers. Random mode is where I suggest most people start. Just click on it, and it serves up a random SAT math question from our question bank of 700. And so you can see that the question is a lot of them relate to real life situations. So this one, if you bought a cheeseburger, fries, and soda for you and your friends, the total is $25. How much would a 15% tip be? And so this is sort of the concept you might have to use on Perfect800. So if that's the right answer, submit it, and see I got it correct. And over to the right here, you see the total amount of points I've accumulated, my level, which is a wizard. I've been working on this for a while, but start out lower. And here's your meter to tell me when I level up to the next level. And down below is what we call question DNA. So this tells me sort of the different things involved with this question: percentages, multiplication, money, difficulty level, and the category that it's in. And if I didn't understand this explanation, I would click on feedback and type something in here, and I would receive an email, and I'll go in and investigate and make our content better. So that's the basic functionality. Of course, if you wanted to practice a specific type of question, as a lot of students might want to, you can only focus on, say, levels 4 and 5 in geometry, for instance. And then there's all sorts, you can go through tons of different questions that include that. And then below, you have all sorts of other attributes that you can practice if you like. This gives a student a way to focus their studying. If they're having trouble with the specific concepts, they can click on one of these and then set up a test that just includes those types of questions. And if you come back out to the practice area, we also enable students to sort of simulate a time testing environment with our series mode. And so this is the same as a full SAT math section.
Okay.
Yeah, so there's 10 sections on the SAT, so this would be one of those sections. We thought that putting a full-timed 4-hour exam on the web might be a little bit daunting.
Yeah, I read you got 25 minutes, I think, for 20 questions. So.
Exactly.
And accurate simulation. Yeah.
Right. So you can see it's a running clock up here, and I'll just start answering questions so you can see how this looks. But it's similar to the SAT in that, if you don't understand a question right away, you can skip them and come back later and change your answers. And so you can see I'm just sort of filling out answers right now, and as I'm doing so on the right, this grid indicates whether I've skipped it or actually chosen an answer. And I can come back to any of these later. And then, when I'm done with the test or when the time is up, you click on Finish Test, and it automatically grades it for you. And I got 0 right because I was guessing.
Yeah.
And I go back to review, and I can see all the questions that I missed or unread. I can go back and read all the explanations for those questions.
And I think you can also, as I did today, practice some or actually all you got wrong in the fix-it section. So you would get the questions again and or the problems again, and then can also work on these.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that's a feature that is really important, actually. I taught SATs for a number of years for different companies, and the advice I would always give my students is, practice at home on your own and grade it yourself and be meticulous about grading it. And then, a week or 2 weeks before the test, you should review every question you missed so you can start identifying when you start to have problems and, what your thought process was at the time. And I think, being able to review questions you've already missed is a really great way to learn. So, we kind of take the work out of it for the student. We obviously save it for them. And say, yeah, this is the fix-it mode. And so, it all sort of looks, when you're practicing, it's all oriented around answering SAT math questions. There's not a lot of other things going on. We want to, distract the student away from the task at hand. It's really just a great interface for practicing test questions for the exam that the students are about to take.
That's right. However, you can, you also build in this section of the games to probably also keep them going, keep them motivated, and I think, sometimes when you don't feel like maybe working the most serious, but still you want to do something and you want to practice, so then you go into the game section and you also do some exam-related stuff in maybe some more amusing way.
Sure. So we've created a set of mini challenges, and at the end, these are also timed. At the end, if you get them all right, you can earn a little virtual good and earn stars for these challenges. And so that's one game that we have. And then the other game, which is actually still in development, but we expect to release it within the next month or so, is battle mode, where students can actually battle their friends or Facebook friends or other students on the site. The same set of questions, it's timed, and at the end, the student, they can see who won and who lost, and there'll be a leaderboard and that sort of thing. So I think that'll really appeal to the competitive students, sort of like me. I would have loved something like this. But of course, it's not for everybody. You can also be completely anonymous. We allow you to change your username so you can show up as some string of characters that isn't your actual name.
Yeah, or probably over the time when you really see you improve, you may want to change from anonymous to your real name then, if you have more confidence. And
Absolutely.
Why not? So everybody can choose what they feel most comfortable with.
Absolutely. And then I guess the last thing I'd like to show is the statistics page. And this is just a way for students and their parents, teachers, whatever, to view how they're doing.
I imagine that particularly interesting for the parents. But of course, for competitive students, maybe you also want to see how you perform. So makes sense.
And so you can see on here that my estimated score isn't very good. It's 490 out of 800. I spend a lot of time guessing on this site. But you can see that it's broken down into every sort of function of SAT math, all the different things that I might have to work on. And, obviously as these bars get smaller, these are the things that I've, struggled with a little bit more on the site. So it gives me a good sense of what I need to practice on. And these things are linked in to focus mode. So if I want to focus on that, I just go right here and click the thing that I want. So that's a basic summary of our site. It's a platform for practicing the SAT math questions.